Capital One Cup, second round at Turf Moor between Burnley and Fleetwood Town. So it's the first time these two teams have ever met competitively, and it's a Lancashire derby, of course, so a little extra spice added for the occasion. It's Premier League take on League One here at Turf Moor, and Fleetwood. Oh, it's the prodigal's return. Graham Alexander back at the club. He spent his one and only season in the top flight back in 2009-10. Burnley have made a couple of significant changes as well, as you can see. Gnabry and Whelan obviously playing, but Harry Kane, another new signing, comes in. Goff and Shack will continue their partnership at the back, although Craig Dawson's coming on loan with the option to buy maybe next summer. Let's have a look at the Fleetwood side. A few familiar faces in there. Scott Dobby is one of them, ex-Blackpool. Keith Seward is another one who will play in the anchor man role. Nathan Pond has been at the club since the non-league days, and Jamie Proctor could be a threat up front. So away we go then. Turf Moor, Lancashire hot pot. Well, yet to taste victory here, although they have played Manchester United and Chelsea already in the league this season, getting two creditable draws in the process. And this is the quest for the first silverware of the season. Harry Kane, joins from Tottenham. Young lad, plenty of potential in him. Goes for an early shot. Across the face of the goals. 21 years old. Signed for £2 and a bit million from Tottenham Hotspur. And he's out injured, that's why Boakes is playing up front. And that was originally going to be an Ings-Kane partnership. That may well come to fruition later on in the piece. Here's Whelan. Stabbed it wide out to the far side, near side rather than Gnabry. Gnabry got in his locker. It's a good cross. Kane again lurking. And the header back in, well held. Should be a game to enjoy. Fleetwood really haven't put any weight in the text together, if you pardon the pun. Jones has got 3 goals to his credit this season. Lines the shot up. It's a good effort from Jones. As I say, 3 goals already this season. Davis was quite happy that was troubling his goals too much. Quarter of an hour gone. Near enough at Turf Moor. Second round of the League Cup. Of course, the Premier League teams don't participate until that round. This round exclusively to the bottom 3 divisions, of course, all 3 divisions of the Football League. Here's Trippier, Gnabry. Turning nicely, that's a good ball to Harry Kane. Very fleet-footed. That's a good effort, just drags his shot wide. You can see the value of having Kane in the side. The goalkeeper again would have been very happy to see that just wide of his far post. Narrowed the angle as he ought to have done. 1,500 Fleetwood fans trade the journey up from the Fylde coast. Graham Alexander got a good reception by the Burnley faithful before the game. Up for the football club in terms of getting him into the Premier League under Owen Cole back in 2009. Shackle to Kane. So Kane will be play. Whelan. Blocked, but it comes to Jones. Now Kane. Saved by Davis. Gnabry. Kane, good save, and it just wouldn't fall for Boakes. McLaughlin got it away instead. Corner to Burnley. Tightly to take. Floats it in. Free header. Wide of the target. Serge Gnabry with the header. Got up above Roberts and headed it past Davis and past the far post. A little concerning for Burnley that they haven't been able to breach that Fleetwood goal. We've played 33 minutes. Maybe one touch stop again from the Clarets. Here's Kane again. Loves to take on the defenders. Ball back, showing this time, yes! Breakthrough! Sam Vokes! He almost got in Harry Kane's way initially. Then he knew that he had to take a position in the centre. He was completely unmarked. Davis's goal was totally exposed. So was Davis himself actually. And Vokes found the far corner. And Burnley do have their breakthrough this time. "37 minutes gone. Fleetwood resistance has been broken. Here's Kane again, he's not lively again throughout. Once again, he just turns the turn and pirouette very well, and Jones finds Gnabry. Composing. Keeping possession rather well, not letting Fleetwood have too much of a stiffer possession. Header back. And Davis manages to grab the ball very comfortably and cleanly indeed. We've seen the likes of Keith Seven getting there yet for Fleetwood so far. The Burnley midfield has been so dominant. Here's Glenn Whelan. Whelan shot. Well held again by Davis. Just checking his watch and blowing for half time. So Burnley has forecast they're in front, but only by the 1-0. But they've had a lot of possession, a lot of the chances. But it's a goal from Sam Vokes after 37 minutes and divides the teams in this second round League Cup tie. Burnley 1, Fleetwood 0. Arsenal 1, Sheffield United 1, Brentford Norwich 0-0, Brighton 1, Bournemouth 1, Carlisle Birmingham 0-0, Cheltenham 1, Mansfield Town 0, Chesterfield 0, Charlton 1, Derby 0, Man City 1, Doncaster 0, Southend 1, shock on there at the Keep Moat, Everton 3-1 up against Oldham at Goodison, Fulham being held at away to Hartlepool, also trailing it away at Ipswich, Leyton Orient 1, Watchdale 0, Luton 0, Leicester 1, Forest 0, West Ham 1, Reading 1, York City 0, Southampton 0, QPR 1, big shock at the Liberty, hard lines at the moment for Accrington, the 3 down at Swansea, Swindon 0, West Bromwich Albion 1, and Watford 0, Stoke 1. And those are all half-time scores. And here it's 1-0, and we're going to see a Fleetwood Town substitution. Linden to be replaced by David Ball, and off we go. So let's see what the next 45 minutes have in store. Fleetwood not really in the first half. Certainly having the better of it, certainly in the midfield areas, and that's probably been the telling factor, although it took 37 minutes to break the Fleetwood resistance down. Whelan. Still Whelan. 1-on-1 with Davis, who makes the save. If it wasn't for the goalkeeper Davis, Fleetwood would be a well-beaten side by now. As it is, they're still very much in the contest. The one disappointing aspect so far of Burnley's performance is they've not got more than the 1 goal that show for their good performance so far. They played really well today, actually, Burnley. As a coincidence, here's a chance now for Vokes. Can he go around Davis with ease? 2-0. Well, that settles Burnley down now. Past the brilliant Davis he went, and strikes goal number 2 for the Clarets. Cool as you like. And Burnley have breathing space. Boy, did they need it. Some Vokes won't complain, he's got them both. Just casually went round the goalkeeper. Thank you very much, see you later. 2-0. And that will give much needed confidence for the Clarets, and just breathing space more than confidence as Vokes goes through again. He's on the hat-trick. Now can he beat Davis this time for the hat-trick? Yes, he can! He certainly keeps the match ball now. The Clarets are running away with it now. They're cutting loose in the second half, so too is Sam Vokes. And that's the goal that completes the hat-trick. For 3-0. Well, he's come in unexpectedly because of Danny's injury, and he's took his chance well. But he's going to be replaced now by Jutkiewicz. We're going to see. I think we'll see a triple change here. In fact, Michael Keane will come on for Duff, and we're going to see George Boyd as well in a minute as well. I think with the game won at 3-0, I think it's easy for these substitutes to come on. Folks gets a standing ovation, by the way, and quite happy himself for his hat-trick. So Fleetwood 3-0 down. They haven't disgraced themselves, by the way, in any way, shape or form. Alexander's side. It's just an extra bit of quality when you're playing a team away from home in an higher league. It's so difficult to play against. And here's Jutkiewicz. Could he get himself one? He can! With almost his first touch of the ball. It's beginning to look like a wrap now for Burnley. Fleetwood having a torrid time second half. The flag stayed down. And Jutkiewicz gets his first ever Clarets goal. Burnley fans know that they're into round 3 of this season's Capital One Cup. And 20 minutes to play. It's going to be a question of, well, how many now for Fleetwood, for Burnley rather, against poor old Fleetwood, who have come here to try to give it their best shot. They haven't really tested goalkeeper Tom Eaton at all, but defensively they've been good. Here's Whelan, now Kane. Yes, he's past the defender now. Is it going to be 5? No. Good save from Davis. Away from defenders like Nathan Bond and 1 or 2 others, but Davis, well, rather spectacularly kept that out. Jones's corner. Headed out. A chance here for Fleetwood to have a little go counter-attacking. Now about, well, just kept possession, to be fair. It's a good tackle. Ball making the right sort of moves. Maybe a change here for Fleetwood. Jamie Proctor will come off, and Yamil Matt will have 11 minutes to take part in the game, even though his side are bowing out of the League Cup after round 2. And Burnley will win the first competitive meeting between 2 Lancashire rivals. Fleetwood going looking for a consolation through ball. That's a good throw out by Heaton. It's a wonderful throw out, in fact. Kane having just run out of steam there. Didn't play for a little while, Kane. You can forgive him for that. I think at 4 now it doesn't really matter, as Matty Blair comes off and Gareth Evans replaces him now. Easy header one there by Shackle. Here's Jones. He's pulled up. Let's hope that's not serious, because we need Jones in that team. Nice idea. Good combination. Rikovic. Kane again running into traffic. We're now into deep to stop his time. Match up with Sam Vokes, one for Jutkiewicz. Burnley now safely through. Deservedly through now. Just waiting for the referee to blow the full-time whistle, but not before Whelan is penalised and booked. A semi-challenge. So Fleetwood have the final set piece of the tie. Doesn't really come to fruition. And Burnley go through quite comfortably in the end. A hat-trick for Sam Vokes and one from substitute Jutkiewicz, making it so safe. Fleetwood gave it a all, they just weren't going to be good enough on the day. And Burnley through to round 3 by 4-0. Selhurst Park, where Burnley take on Alan Pardew's pretty nifty and pretty pacey Crystal Palace side. Selhurst Park always jumping with excitement. The place shakes when the fans get behind, when the Palace fans really do get behind their team. We're hoping for a very good encounter here between two evenly balanced sides. Speroni leads out Crystal Palace. Jason Shackle likewise for Burnley. Wonderful late summer's afternoon here. Sun out, shining, and hopefully we'll see a good game. Here's the Crystal Palace side. It's Morales up front. Watch out for Barassi and Bannon on the wings. Jelinek will hold the midfield together with Shamak dropping down the midfield. Dwight Gale and Wilfried Zaha are amongst the substitutes for Crystal Palace today in Alan Pardew. Let's have a look at the Burnley side. It's the same 11 in fact that beat Fleetwood by 4-0 to seal their passage through to the third round of the League Cup. Harry Kane and Sam Vokes continue their partnership up front, whilst Danny Ings is out for a long-term injury, at least for another 4, maybe 5 weeks, before we can return to full fitness. Harry Kane makes his Premier League bow, by the way, for Burnley. Didn't score in the win against Fleetwood. Sam Vokes got a hat-trick that day, and Jutkiewicz got the 4th one. Michael Oliver is the man in charge. As we look at the very packed Holmesdale Road end towards the other end of the goal. Crystal Palace to get us underway in the stripes. Burnley in an all-dark strip today. Beautiful late summer's afternoon at Selhurst. So Palace underway. They attack the goal to our right to left in this first half as we come charging forward in the first few moments, and a good tackle there by Whelan. You can see the first corner of this game. Bannon to take it. Number 25. 24 there, Angulan, as you can see there, just marking up alongside Shackle there. The header one there by, and a chance for Palace, and it was Barassi right in there. The flag stayed down, and it was into the side netting in in that particular case, and Burnley were able to survive. Burnley have played 3 this season, unbeaten in 3, 2 draws and a victory at Swansea. The draws actually coming against Manchester United and Chelsea in the opening 2 home games. There's Whelan, tries the shot and just failing in his task. Yannick Bolasie started his English career at Peterborough United, at Plymouth Argyle, incidentally, when they were in the Championship. In fact, he was playing there the year that Burnley went up from the Championship back in 2008-9. They won promotion in the Clarets by the playoffs. Bolasie was in a pretty good Argyle team that particular season. Didn't get many goals though. Jones to Walk. Quietly. He's had a good start to the season actually. Quietly, he's done really well. So is David Jones, incidentally. 3 goals, making him top scorer in the Premier League. Although some votes has caught up with him in terms of competition, or no competitions as far as goals are concerned. First chance there for Harry Kane. And it's back with Jones, who strikes another long-range blockbuster. Scored an absolute stunner against Swansea 3 or 4 weeks ago. And Burnley ran away right 4-0. They have won 4-0 twice once in the Premier League and once in the Capital One. The other night against Fleetwood, as Barry Bannon goes forward, gets his shot in and puts it wide. It's evenly balanced first half. Nothing really to choose between them. Nicking that one brilliantly, plays it in toward Close. Quick turn of pace, and Kite now first time cross, that's a good one. Kane is there. Well, we've had plenty of chances in this opening 25 minutes. But still no goals. Harry Kane wasting the latest opportunity for a goal to be scored. Julian Speroni, the Crystal Palace captain, with the goal kick. Shackle, the opposite number, or the opposite captain I should say. Hard to say it's an opposite number because he's a goalkeeper. Speroni, and Shackle's a defender. But here's Shackle, and he carried the ball almost 30-40 yards, got into a shooting position, and he had Speroni scrabbling across to his right for all he's worth. You could tell that wasn't far away. Speroni then with the goal kick for Crystal Palace. It's another good header one. Here's Vokes. Nice turn. Whelan! And a brilliant one-handed save by Speroni, and then it's almost kicked off the line by a defender. It might have been Delaney actually. He almost put through his own goal actually. And he did really well to recover and get it away before the ball went perilously close to the goal line. Here's Palace at the other end now. And Gnabry tackling back terrifically well. Been a good open flow to the game. There's not really been too many stoppages. The 3 kicks and the like. It's a corner for Palace. And Bannon will take the corner kick as we look at the brilliant save here from Glenn Whelan by Speroni. Good hand out, good dive away to his right, but it's a corner to Palace. They haven't brought too many forward, now they have. Fred Angelandi's forward, Bolasie's in there too. Ronick is almost in on the goalkeeper. Shackle gets it clear. Trippier. Oh, a little bit casual there from on the right back of Burnley. And another good tackle though. It was a risky one by Gnabry. Bannon. The football again, this time from Crystal Palace. As you said, he stole that pretty well. That's going to be a Palace throw. It looks as if it come off a Palace player last, but referee Oliver letting it go. That's another great challenge there by Craig Dawson, the man they got on loan for West Brom, with a view to a £2.5 million move. should he be successful. He's got an option on Burnley. So we've got 5 minutes at the end of this first half. It's Mark 2 Burnley Career Mode in the Premier League. Still 0-0 between themselves and Crystal Palace, who are the team at home here today. Here's Shackle. Tightly, is there one last chance for Burnley before half time? Warders continue to run forward. Tries to get Vokes in behind. Vokes has just about got there. Has beaten Angolan to the punch. Now it's the breakthrough for Burnley. Oh, Sam Vokes. Just wide of the target. And the half-time whistle's gone. Plenty of endeavour from both sides. But yet, no goals to show for the efforts. For a good 45 minutes anyway of good football. But at half-time then, it's Crystal Palace 0, Burnley 0. Full times to bring you up to date with from this afternoon. Sunderland 1, Spurs 2 at the Stadium of Light this afternoon, and in the West Midlands, West Bromwich Albion 1, Everton 2. Here in the late 4 o'clock game on this Sunday afternoon, it's Burnley 0, Crystal Palace 0 here at Selhurst, and no changes from either side. So Burnley in the dark strip get us away in this second half, and attacking the goal to our right hand side. Trippier comes bursting down the right hand side. Can Burnley create a chance straight away? Deflection on the cross and a goal! And Kane gets his first goal for Burnley. The Clarets take the lead in only the second minute of the second half, and it was a run of enterprise by Trippier. There was a deflection on the cross which looped it invitingly onto Harry Kane's head. And Harry Kane nodding it magnificently beyond the dive of Julian Speroni. And Burnley take the lead. First goal for Burnley, first of the season in actual fact. 48 minutes gone. And Burnley's number 32 strikes his first goal for the club. Well, number 34 rather strikes his first goal for the club, and he could be on for an assist here because he's got Vokes waiting in the middle. Vokes is there, headed out, and then Palace nearly make an almighty haulix of it, but they're saved by an offside flag. As you can see, Sam Vokes is standing at least a good yard offside, although some would argue he's not interfering with play. Nevertheless, free kick to the Crystal Palace, and it's taken by Speroni. The Eagles, I was going to say. Dawson plays a lovely ball forward, and here's Kane. Could be on for his second here. He's going around Speroni, and he scored! 2-0. And Kane is at the double. Goes round the goalkeeper and absolutely finishes it. The Clarets go 2-0 up. Two quick fire goals from Burnley's newest Premier League recruit. He's happy all right. On Burnley, double their lead 10 minutes into the second half. Jones. Oh, what a good ball. Gnabry. Is it free? Oh, it nearly was. Nearly was. Terrifically hit with the right foot of Serge Gnabry and just missed the post. Power substitution. Yannick Bolasie. Apart from that effort in the first half, hitting the side netting, is well were isolated. They've got a good player there, is Jason Punchin. He's one man that could get him out of a hole. Really, to the Palace fans, they are still making a noise at the Holmesdale Road end at the left-hand side. They know now they need a miracle now within the next half an hour, Pardew's men, because they need to come from 2-0 down to try and get back into the game. box. Kane. Looking for the hat-trick, of course, but he can't handle his way through there. Well, as things stand, it's going to be 2 draws and 2 wins for Burnley. The unbeaten record will well and truly continue at least for another week. Ganabi stones into the penalty area. No foul. Good tackle. Well, Burnley have put themselves about a bit today. Palace make the second change. Dwight Gale comes on. I suppose Pardew needs to go for it now. He's side 2-0 down. There's 20 minutes left. He's bringing on a lot of pace. Dwight Gale certainly is a man that can certainly provide pace. He's a pretty good pacey player, as you might expect, really. Here's Gnabry. Should be Craig Dawson's, and it's West Brom coming up in the next few weeks as well. Return to the Hawthorns. Here's Kane. Harry Kane! And again! Yes! No! He's signing. I thought he made it 3-0 then. The excitement got the better of me then. Goal kick instead. Speroni to take the goal kick. Palace now needing a real mystery job to get back into this game. It will take something rather special for them to get themselves out of this difficult situation they find themselves in now. Zangulan's big, tall, blonde player strides forward. Trippier ambling forward and putting Vokes in the clear now. Can he beat the last defender? He can. Speroni to beat. Speroni makes the save. Well won. Here's Kane. Good young player. Can he make it 3 this time? No. Speroni's keeping the score down, to be fair. He's done well, Speroni. Dawson in there. Late challenge. Not sure if it was worth a yellow card even at this later stage. Don't think there's going to be any. Yeah, there is. The yellow card has come out, although I didn't see it on the screen. I suppose the referee had no other option. He had to give it. Kelly comes off for Crystal Palace. And Wilfried Zaha will come on to just play the final few seconds. I think Burnley now surely are home and hosed. 2-0 up. There's a chance though for Palace. Oh, good tackle from Shackle. Did well there. Bannon was about to pull the trigger, and Shackle got back very well. Good defending by the skipper. And suddenly at the other end, it might be all over now. Kenny's through for the hat-trick, but the Speroni has denied him. Well, credit to Julian Speroni. He's kept Palace at 2 and has played magnificently. You can't deny him that. He's had little or no chance on both the goals. And really, he's played very well. Jones with the corner. Header one, almost off the line. The final whistle's gone. Referee Oliver brings it to a close. It was a hard-fought game, but Burnley, with those 2 goals from Harry Kane, 10 minutes, 5 and 10 minutes into the second half, I've seen Burnley to their second win of the season in the league. 2 wins and 2 draws. Burnley have won again away from home by 2 goals to 0. It's 1966. 1965-66, and they go into the European Cup for the first time since 1960-61, and they play Ajax Amsterdam. It's a very tough group there. AC Milan and Lyon also involved. And they play the Dutch champions Ajax Amsterdam in the pouring rain here at Turf Moor. Typical Lancashire weather. for what could be a great European occasion for the Clarets. And again, Burnley sticking with continuity. They will field the same 11 as we look at Jesper Silesen, who was the Dutch goalkeeper in the World Cup just gone. Obviously a lot to live up to that Ajax side. Let's have a look at the Burnley side. In comparison, it's pretty less expensively built, but it's the same 11 that destroyed Crystal Palace and Fleetwood in the last 2 competitive games. Let's have a look at the Ajax side. Obviously Silesen is the goalkeeper there, as you can see. The man to watch out for, incidentally, is Sigurdsson, and Fischer and Schoen are the 2 wingers. Klassen will play in the midfield. Polisson will play at the left back. David Jones. First real opportunity to see what he can do in Europe this year. 29 years old. Thanks, of course. 4 times winners, I think, of Europe's greatest football prize. Looking to live up to the Johan Cruyff-inspired team of the early 70s when they won 3 European Cups in a row. The referee tonight from Spain, Daniel Saligas Bello. Burnley in the claret and blue shirts, famous claret and blue shirts, get us underway. Ajax, of course, in white with a red stripe, a big red stripe down the middle. It's Burnley getting us away. Ajax, of course, in the white shorts and white socks. Burnley, of course, in white shorts and claret socks. Just to clear up any confusion with colours. These European games have been complete sellouts so far. Certainly the first couple of the home games. The away ones, to get tickets for them are few and far between. Here's Harry Kane. Danny Ings is in the crowd tonight. He's still out for injury, so Vogt is partnering Kane up front. Kane will be buoyed by those 2 goals he got on Sunday against Crystal Palace. Goes in pretty committed. David Jones. Folks! Oh, good strike. And not far away. Hit it beautifully. And only missed by a couple of inches, if not more. Silesen with the kick. Good header 1. Here's Serge Gnabry. He's played in Europe he's made a few European appearances in his Arsenal days. That's a good cross. Kane is there. He just couldn't get the purchase on the header to flick it on maybe towards Folks, who was lurking at the far post. Kane, good turn. Gnabry in a little bit of space. Good control again. Turning nicely. Folks waits in the middle. Little cross in there. Folks is there. Comes to Jones, who hits it and got it all wrong. Whelan. Whistle's gone. No, I didn't hear anything. Hard to tell with this noise going on. A free kick has been given to Ajax. I'm not sure what for, actually, to be quite honest. It might have been a soft decision, but Priest decided to give it Ajax's way. Shackle. Good dummy there by Whelan. That was beautifully done, but he's lost. And they've lost possession here, the Clarets. It's important they get off to a good start. They've only won 1 game at home this season. That was 4-0 against Fleetwood the other week in the Capital One Cup. The reward for that, incidentally, is an away tie with West Ham. Here's Sam Vokes. 24 minutes gone in this Champions League group game. As he crosses in towards Harry Kane. He can't get any purchase on it. And here's a chance now for Ajax to break. Good challenge again. Kane, what a good ball. Vokes is through now. What can the Welshman do here against Silesen? Good save by the Dutchman. Still comes to Vokes again. Got the ball back from an Ajax defender, so he was onside, although he looked offside. In the letter of the law, he was actually technically onside because The ball was played back to him by an opposition defender. Here's Whelan. Nice pass there to Gnabry, and he takes it in his stride. It's a decent cross, although a bit deep, and made quite comfortably by the Dutchman here of Ajax, and here to come on the break. Shekel having to be wary, and did terrifically well in the tackle, and then he gives it away rather cheaply. Coming up towards, we're inside the last 10 minutes of the first half. Trippier with a challenge there. The Ajax player's gone down in a bit of a heap, and he's still down as they come charging forward. Heaton making a Horlicks of the clearance, and the ball played back, and Heaton, has he saved it? Yes, he has. By the aid of a crossbar, there's an Ajax player still down injured on the ground. Now they've had to stop. It's Miguel Arson, I think. Or Sigurdsson, I should say. Ball forward from Vogt. Sillyson gets there first before Vokes. Kane takes possession. Milik has come on for Sigurdsson. Jones. Twisting, turning. Gets the shot in! Good save by Sillyson. 1 minute of stoppage time at the end of the first half. And we played that, and at half time, no goals to show you, and that's how we are at half time, 0-0. Welcome back to Turf Moor as we await the second half. Just a couple of scores to bring you up to date with. These are whole half times from tonight's games. Arsenal 2, Grasshopper Zurich 0. At the Nou Camp, a bit of a surprise there. Barcelona 1, CSKA Moscow 1. 20-0, Club Brugge 1. In the game that involves the other game in Burnley's group, it's Lyon 0, AC Milan 1. Paris Saint-Germain 1, Napoli 0. Anderlecht 1, Olympiacos 1. And at the Mestalla, it's Valencia 2, Monaco 0. No changes from either side as we get this second period underway. Just the one change from Ajax, that Milik has come on for Sigurdsson in the first half because Sigurdsson had pulled up with an injury. And that's the only change being made so far as Boak goes in behind the defence. Boak has a shot along the wet turf. Sillyson couldn't take the chance. Skids across this wet surface here. Tell you what, not too many teams will fancy, certainly in Europe, will fancy a trip to a rain-soaked Turf Moor. Burnley really situated on those Pennine moors. Was inspired the geniuses of the Bronte sisters. Many a long year or two ago, as Ajax come bursting forward to try and create a story of their own, and Tom Heaton had to prevent them from doing so. Well, it was a good strike, and Heaton had to be at his finest. So a corner to Ajax. Held in. Header one. Good save. And Heaton bowls out as quickly as he possibly can, but he's lost it. Excellent challenge. Plenty of commitment going in, but Ajax could be in here. Oh, he just lost possession then. In a crucial moment, and here's Kane at the other end. Vokes wants the ball. He won't get it in, playing in behind. Played an hour. Scoreless still between Burnley, first-time Champions League competitors, although appearing in this have appeared before back in the 60s. And it was called the European Cup. Zimlin is going to come on for Ziyero. So the second Ajax change. Burnley yet to make one. Here's Jones. Fox is offering him an outlet. He's offside. So Silleton's save doesn't count for much. It probably saves Vokes a lot of embarrassment, really, because just strayed a little bit too soon there. Final Ajax change. I'll confirm that in a second. Duarte on for Naviga. The Ajax have used all three. Burnley have not used one of their changes yet. I don't think they're looking like doing so at the moment. Probably their best 11. Ooh, that's a late challenge there. The referee's allowing it to go on. And I think Ajax should have had a free kick there. Spanish ref quite rightly books the player involved, Dawson. Not the sort of challenge you want to make in this sort of weather. Meanwhile, at the other end, there's a chance here for Ajax. Burnley have been under the cosh a little bit defensively in the second half. Glasson. Whelan. Offside again, Vokes. Frustration upon frustration. Is it going to end 0-0? Or are we going to see a winner in the last 10 minutes from either of these two teams? Been a hard fought game, but Kane hasn't been able to get into it as the second half has gone on. And Ajax could be in here. Excellent challenge. Shackle is bundled over, but the referee's allowing it to go on. Here's Kane. Is that too over hit there? Oh, it's just it's not the sort of ball you want to be playing in this sort of wet turf. That's not a good throw. It hasn't proved costly for the Dutch side. Shackle's header. Kane's chest control. That's the turn, swivel. Good control there. And good close control, but he loses possession. 2 minutes of normal time to go. Dawson can't afford to any more slip-ups. He's carrying the yellow card, remember. Good tackle flying in there. That's got to be a Burnley throw, but it's not. And given the other way, looks like it's going to be a 0-0 draw, and Burnley's return to European action. 50 years or so since they last played in European competition, Burnley. And they're going to start it possibly now with a 0-0, with a no-score draw. That's a free kick. Referee has only booked the one player. It's Dawson, the centre back. The weather conditions have made it difficult really for both teams, if I'm being totally honest. It looks as if it's going to end 0-0 here now. Indeed it is. Tom Heaton and Kasper Sellison will be happy with their evening's work. Clean sheet apiece. Not the victory that Burnley were hoping for, but at least they've kept their unbeaten competitive record this season. Their third draw at Turf Moor. Final score, Burnley 0, Ajax Amsterdam 0.